What if I told you that you've been sold a lie about how to study? What if everything you think about effective learning is actually holding you back? Verified by cognitive scientists from Harvard, Stanford, and MIT. Apply each of these following methods, and I guarantee you'll see at least a 20 to 35% improvement on your next test. Let's start with why you're struggling in the first place. Most of us were never actually taught how to study effectively. We picked up habits like highlighting textbooks, rereading notes, and cramming the night before because that's what everyone else does. But actually, these methods are garbage. Modern brain science proves they're about as effective as trying to fill a bathtub with the drain wide open. Because when you cram all night, you feel productive, you're stressed, and you're busy, but your brain isn't designed to form lasting memories this way. It's wasted effort. To understand why, you need to know about the forgetting curve. Without proper reinforcement, your brain dumps roughly 70% of new information within 24 hours. That's not a flaw, it's literally how we evolved.
Things are always evolving around here.
Your brain is designed to prioritize information you use repeatedly and discard everything else. Picture your brain like a military commander during wartime. It has limited resources and needs to make quick decisions about what intelligence to keep and what to trash. Information that doesn't get used, it gets deleted. Now let's talk about active versus passive learning. When you're rereading textbooks or highlighting passages, that's passive learning. It's like watching UFC highlights and expecting to become a fighter. It doesn't work that way. On the other hand, active learning forces your brain to retrieve and use information, creating neural pathways up to 90% stronger than passive review. It's the difference between watching someone bench press 300 pounds versus getting under the bar yourself. Here's another concept that's going to change how you think about studying: the spacing effect. Marathon study sessions aren't productive. They're a waste of your time. Your brain builds stronger connections when you space out your learning. Think about building muscle. Would you rather do 300 push-ups once a month or 10 push-ups every day for a month?
I would rather die.
The distributed workload builds more strength, and your brain operates on the same principle. Even short intervals make a huge difference. Studying material 3 times with breaks between sessions is vastly more effective than studying for 3 times as long in one sitting. Fun fact, testing yourself isn't just a way to check if you've studied enough. It's actually the most powerful study method. When you force your brain to recall information without looking at your notes, you're strengthening those neural pathways significantly more than by reviewing the material. Even when you get answers wrong, that struggle to recall makes those memories stronger when you finally see the correct answer. Your brain essentially says, I messed that one up, I'd better remember it better next time. Now that you understand the science, let's get tactical with 5 game-changing techniques that will revolutionize how you study. First up, the Pomodoro method, but with a crucial upgrade. The classic technique uses 25-minute focus sessions with 5-minute breaks. But research shows our brains actually hit optimal focus at the 22-minute mark, so adjust to 22-minute blocks with 8-minute breaks.
You need time to adjust.
During your break, stand up and move around. Physical movement helps cement what you just learned and reset your focus. But here's the key: no checking social media. That dopamine hit will destroy your momentum faster than a sucker punch. You can use a basic kitchen timer, but I recommend the Forest app. It blocks distractions on your phone during focus sessions, and they plant actual trees based on your focus time. Win-win. Next technique, spaced repetition systems. Think of it as having a personal trainer for your memory, showing you information right before you're about to forget it. The perfect moment to strengthen that memory. Apps like Anki or Quizlet handle the algorithm, but creating effective flashcards is crucial. Focus on one concept per card, phrase questions actively, and use images whenever possible. Our visual memory is incredibly powerful. Pro tip: spend just 5 minutes before bed reviewing flashcards. Sleep helps consolidate memories.
Oh, sleep. I need sleep.
So this simple habit can boost retention by up to 30%, according to Harvard sleep researchers. That's a massive edge with minimal effort. The third technique is the Feynman technique, named after Nobel Prize-winning physicist Richard Feynman. The principle is dead simple but powerful. If you can't explain a concept in simple language, you don't really understand it. So take a blank sheet of paper, write the concept at the top, then explain it as if you're teaching it to your younger brother or cousin. When you hit parts you can't explain simply, that's your weak spot. Focus your studying there. The fourth technique, interleaved practice. Most guys guys study one topic until they're sick of it, then they move on to the next. Interleaving flips this by intentionally mixing related concepts together during the same study session. Instead of doing all algebra problems, then all geometry problems, mix them together randomly. Your brain has to work harder to figure out which concepts to apply, which builds stronger connections. This feels harder while you're doing it, and that's exactly why it works. The struggle forces your brain to build stronger retrieval pathways that will serve you well during the test when questions come in random order. Remember, if it doesn't challenge you, it doesn't change you. Now let's put everything together with a battle plan that actually works. The ideal study strategy starts 14 days before your test. The first 3 days should focus on concept mapping and identifying weak areas. Be honest with yourself. Locate your blind spots. Days 4 through 10 should focus on content mastery, using spaced repetition and active recall, cycling through all material twice with increasing difficulty. Make sure to interleave related concepts rather than blocking by topic. The final 3 to 4 days are all about full practice tests under exam conditions, error analysis, and targeted review of weak areas only. Remember, identifying and fixing your mistakes teaches you more than reviewing what you already know. But what if you face common issues like losing focus? You're probably trying to concentrate for too long. Try out the photocopy hack. Set a goal of studying until something specific happens, like until someone wearing red walks by or until you hear a specific sound. These micro goals trick your brain into staying engaged. Or test anxiety and mind blanks during exams. Practice stress inoculation by recreating test conditions during practice. Set strict time limits. Sit at an uncomfortable desk. Even wear uncomfortable shoes. Your brain adapts to perform under the conditions it practices in. Think of it like training with a weighted vest. The real thing feels easier by comparison. If you're truly running out of time, prioritize ruthlessly. Focus exclusively on high-yield topics that historically appear multiple times on exams. It's better to know 60% of the material perfectly than 100% superficially. This isn't about taking shortcuts. It's about being strategic when time is your enemy. Your willpower alone isn't enough. You need systems. Find a study partner who won't let you slack off. The Hawthorne effect proves we perform better when someone is watching. Schedule virtual or in-person study sessions where you explain concepts to each other. Build a reward system that actually works. Instead of saying, "I'll play games after studying," which builds resentment towards studying, try, "I get to play one match for every 3 completed Pomodoro sessions." This creates positive association rather than viewing studying as punishment. And lastly, measure your improvement not just in grades, but in efficiency. Track how long it takes you to master new concepts over time. As your study skills improve, you'll need less time to achieve better results, freeing up more hours for things you actually want to do. And there you have it, the battle-tested blueprint that transformed me from academic mediocrity to excellence. And it can do the same for you. Remember, this isn't about natural intelligence or talent. It's about working smarter, not harder, about using proven systems instead of grinding away with ineffective methods. The difference between average students and top performers isn't IQ, it's strategy. And now you have the strategy, and I'm confident your test scores will improve. Mastering these study techniques is a critical piece in what it takes to become that student in school. If you want to learn about the other tips to help you breeze your way through school, make sure you check out this video we made on how to truly become that student. Until then, stop studying harder, start studying smarter. I'll catch you at the next one. Thanks for watching.